I just visit a couple of places locally where I know they carry a lot of plants, a lot of flowers specifically, because I like to get my marigolds and my Victoria Blue Salvia already as seedlings. And normally I get a couple of trays of Victoria Blue Salvia. Look at those beautiful, beautiful seedlings. But this year I only just got one because I feel like I'm gonna get plenty. I think that I have plenty of these here. And also I got two types of marigolds. I got this one at one location. Look at those beauties. I just love the color of these marigolds. And I also got this kind, let me see. This one that I just show you is called Durango Red. I love the colors that I get from these guys here. And these guys right here, they're slightly different. They're more of a yellow center and the red around them. These guys are Bonanza Harmony. Beautiful, beautiful. And I also got a few other things, random things. I got some chives. I am going to add this to some of my beds because I think that I could definitely use them for cooking indoors. I also got a couple of bell peppers. I feel like for me, bell peppers take a long time to mature when I actually can harvest. So I don't really grow a lot of them. I have a serrano plant as well. Hopefully that will give me some nice spicy peppers. I got more cilantro because, well, cilantro is life and I definitely like to have plenty. I also got a couple of my favorite cherry tomatoes, which are sun sugar tomatoes. And I am not able to save those seeds from the ones that I grow, so I just get either the seeds from a grower or I just get the plants locally. And I got some of these purple sage herb, and I think they're going to do really, really well. And I have a couple of other things like some zucchini squash, and I even got a watermelon. I get so excited whenever I go and buy plants and I just start, adding things to my cart. And what happens is that I just get way too many things. But what I'm going to do today is that I'm going to set up my third Greenstalk, and that one is going to be specifically for making salsa. So my intention was to go to the local nursery and get some good potting mix and compost, but they had plants outside, so I just grabbed a few. And the way that I'm going to set up this Greenstalk for my salsa needs is that I am going to make a good combination of potting mix. The best potting mix that you can find is always ideal. Get definitely a good quality one, because believe me, you'll be sorry if you get like the cheapest of the cheapest of the cheapest. I have done that before and I get very, very poor results. I get this at my local nursery, and to that I add a good amount of mushroom compost. You really don't need to add all of these extras. If you get a good potting mix, then you're good to go. So I add mushroom compost, and then to that I add a little bit of organic fertilizer from Spoma. The garden tone stuff always works great for me. Whatever you love that you use for your vegetables is definitely great for this combination. I make sure to mix all of that really, really well together before putting my tiers or my layers of this planter together, and that has been working great for me. Because I have a bunch of plants that I want to plant, I am going to plant them before I put the Greenstalk together. So I have tomatoes, peppers. I am even thinking about direct sowing some cilantro seeds just in case they take. I might be risking it already because it's starting to get a little too warm outside for cilantro, but you never know what can happen. So I make sure to pat down the combination of potting mix, mushroom, and fertilizer well here. I am not really putting too much pressure, but I do want to make sure that everything is nice and tight so that whenever I water the first time, when everything is together, then things don't just go down and get flattened on me. What I have found about people that love to use Greenstalk in their gardens is that they either put the planters together before they set them up, or they put the Greenstalk together first and then they add the plants to it once it's all set up. And either way, I think that whatever is easier for you works. For me, I have done both things in different occasions, and I don't find one better than the other. It's just whatever is easier at the time. Right now I have everything here on the shade, so it's easier for me to put the plants here. And I'm definitely going to get some help when I put the planter together, because whenever I have the plants already in the tiers, at the moment of putting them together, at the moment of putting each tier on top of each other, I can, if I'm not careful, I can definitely squish the plants that are already there. So having extra hands is always, always helpful. These brassicas are absolutely insane. I mean, look at that. This is a broccoli plant. Look at the size of my hand compared to it. I have never grown broccoli this way, and my goodness, these plants are just, look at that. There's a little head of broccoli there, but my gosh. Now just look at this lettuce over here. Look at this. This is some of the lettuce that I took outside. I grew it inside for a couple of weeks, and I forgot them overnight, the first couple of nights that I took them out, and they really suffer. But look at them now. This is just one pocket there full of all these lettuce. And the pansies are doing so well as well. This is some lettuce that I direct sow right here. So by the time that those are done, these will be thriving. And the same thing here with the cilantro, right over here. This is a seedling of cilantro that I got, and look how amazing it is. And these right here are the seeds that I put. Hopefully you can see it. All that beautiful cilantro there. Everything is just looking so amazing here. So as you can see, I have a lot of plants growing here. I have a bunch of brassicas, a bunch of lettuce, radishes, cilantro, kale. This Greenstalk by itself is just looking really, really amazing. But that one, this one has a bunch of strawberries. 30 strawberry plants to be exact. And they're thriving, you guys. This is my first year growing strawberries, and I think that so far we're looking good. And I have a bunch of peppers and tomatoes and all these beautiful, beautiful flowers. I don't know how these tomatoes are going to do as far as growing and shading everything else, but I'm going to try them. I had them last year in my green stock in the very, very front of the kitchen garden, and they did really, really well. But I also didn't really do any maintenance on them. I just let them be, and I didn't trim, I didn't prune. And I am going to keep an eye on these guys, especially the prairie fire tomatoes that I put here, because while they're not indeterminate tomatoes, they could get really big, especially for something like this. What do you guys think? Are you growing your own salsa? Are you thinking about getting a Greenstalk? Let me know in the comments.